Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our live stream event. I couldn't be more excited to be here with you today. You know, today is a big. You know, I'm sure you may have noticed recently, our department and engineering department has been very busy. They've been, over the last 5 years, they've been I'm sure you can tell with all the product launches we've had over the last 3 years. We've been incredibly busy, and these products have been selling fantastically. And of course, we have obtained many patents of all of our new product development. And so today, we're hosting this live stream event because we want to show you a chemical metering pump that I believe will change your chemical feed experience forever. And why do I say this? Well, that's what you're going to see. So this pump, standing right next to you, we've been working on for 5 years. And our R&D department and engineering department had to push the boundaries of processes and advanced materials. Our team is very proud of this product, and we're so confident that you're going to enjoy working with this product that we couldn't be more happy to show you what we've done here. So today, I'm going to go over the agenda for this event. It lasts about 30 minutes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to unveil the pump. I'm going to show you the new metering pump. I'm going to go over some key points that make this pump so extraordinary, and then I'm going to go over when you can reserve your pump and when the pump will begin to ship. Okay, but before I go any further, I want to tell you a quick story. Okay, so yes, we make chemical metering meters, and we've been working with customers for many years. But recently, we've been working with many customers with their chemical feed applications. We've been helping them be successful. Now, one thing, unmet need in the industry, chemical metering. I'm going to show you our product lineup right now. We have our M1, our M2, our M3, and our M4, and you can see this bluish green bar represents the. But you're going to notice we have this gap down here of this high flow chemical metering. And so our customers, many of them, had to find other ways to get around this gap in our product lineup. In a few different ways. They were doubling up the M4 peristaltic metering pumps, so multiple pumps to achieve that high chemical output. They were using other brands or other companies' type of metering, right? Also, perhaps they were using different technologies entirely to achieve that higher chemical output. But to me, it's simple. And this is not in line with our vision. So we figured we had to solve this issue. And that is what we did. You know, we want to simplify our customers' lives by designing great products and using the latest technology. So anyway, now I'm going to go over how we solve this issue with our customers. But before I tell you this, I'm going to show you what I've seen out in the field when we're working with our customers with the high chemical feed needs. The first design that we saw in the field was what we call the Frankenstein design. Now I'm going to show you really what I mean by Frankenstein design. It is, rightfully so, a large pump head, right? And then you have your AC motor bolted to the pump head. And then, I mean, you can't really do anything with that. Then you need a power supply. You need a variable frequency drive and a controller. And, well, that's either going to get bolted onto the motor, the pump head, or somewhere nearby. This is a Frankenstein design. And the problem with this design is that you're very limited on your chemical feed range. Sometimes you get 20 to 1, maybe if you're lucky 100 to 1, but it's not very versatile on the feed rate range. Another problem with this design is it's a very clunky design. It's clunky to work with. And the third issue is they're not energy efficient, not very energy efficient. So the next issue that we saw in the field when we looked at the chemical feed, high volume chemical feed solutions, is extreme pulsating flow. Okay, imagine this being a big peristaltic pump pumping it, above 5 gallons per minute. You're going to have these extreme pulsations, or this could be a diaphragm pump, right? But these big pulsations are a pain to deal with. It's always a pain to deal with pulsating flow, but they can wreak havoc on your system. Your plumbing, your instrumentation can easily get damaged with this pulsation. Pulsation, not good. Another issue that we've seen, I want to back up real quick. The severe pulsations, you can address them with pulsation dampeners, but they've got to be big, massive pulsation dampeners. But you can't address that on the suction and discharge side for sure. But it's something you need to deal with. Another issue we've seen out in the field is are these peristaltic pumps that are running insanely fast RPMs, right? So what do I mean by this? I mean 250 RPM, 300, even we've seen 600 RPM. And the problem with this is, we've been making, Blue White's been making peristaltic pumps for many years. And we know the more occlusions you have on that tube per minute, the shorter your tubing is going to last. So let me explain that to you real quick. So an occlusion is that squeezing action of a peristaltic pump. When the roller rolls past the tubing, it's squeezing the chemical out of the pump head. That's the occlusion. When you have 250, 300, 600 per minute, those occlusions are wearing down the tube. And you're going to see shorter tube life, especially if that pump is running continuously at that high, insanely high RPM. So those are the issues that we've seen out in the industry. And so we realized, we saw an opportunity here to help our customers. And so now what we're about to show you today is our new pump that will solve all of these issues, and it's packed with so many more features. And I consider it to be the best pump in its class. And really, me and our team wouldn't make a pump any other way. So, without further ado, I'm now going to show you our new metering pump. All right, here we have it. Introducing our M5 peristaltic metering pump. So the first thing you're going to notice is that this thing is massive. And it's big, I agree, but it's big for good reason. Check out the flow rate of this peristaltic metering pump. The M5 has an amazing feed rate of 9 gallons per minute. Okay, so that's 540 gallons per hour, 2,044 liters per hour at 65 psi or 4.4 bar. So I wanted to show you that straight out because I know that might be a question you immediately have as soon as you see the size of this pump. You hear how quiet the pump is running, right? So now before I go into other features and details about this pump, I want to talk about how we solve some of these issues that I brought up earlier, okay? So the first one is the Frankenstein design. We don't like that design. Ours is, you can see, built in. We have a built-in design. This is a sealed, chemical-resistant, and weather-resistant enclosure. And within this enclosure, we have a BLDC motor, which is super energy efficient. As a matter of fact, it's so energy efficient, it uses more than, the BLDC motor is so energy efficient, it consumes less than 50% energy. Oh my gosh, I'm not saying this right. The BLDC motor is greater than 50% more energy efficient than an AC motor. All right? Also within this enclosure is our premium controls. So it's our circuit board, but it's exclusive to Blue Light. And these controllers are running our Blue Whale operating system. Another thing that's built into this enclosure is all of our connection ports on the back. We have our M12 connections, we have our industrial connections, industrial protocols as well. So that's your typical 4 to 20 milliamp input output. The industrial protocols are going to be your Profibus, industrial Ethernet, or what is it, Patrick? It's Ethernet ID?
Industrial Ethernet.
Industrial Ethernet, and we have your Modbus TCP. Yes, this is a live event, and you can tell right now. Another issue that we solved out in the industry is the extreme pulsations, right? We didn't like the fact that you had to oversize these dampeners and deal with these huge pulsations. So what we did is we came up with an exclusive roller assembly. And we have a dual tube channel design. And so basically what we've done is we've offset the squeeze rollers on our roller assembly on the dual tubes, on the tube assembly, and we've been able to reduce the pulsations by 80%, which is tremendous. So let's talk about the insanely fast RPMs. Okay, so we didn't like the fact that it chewed through tubes when you get really high up there in RPMs. So we limited our RPM on this big pump to 75 RPMs. Okay, so that's this rotor rotating. It doesn't go any faster than 75 RPMs. And you will be able to achieve 9 gallons a minute, 540 gallons per hour, and 2,044 liters per hour. But I want to show you something unique here. If you notice this red line, that is tube number 2, and the green line is tube number 1. So we are offsetting those squeeze rollers, which not only reduces pulsation, but also increases the tube life. So we're very happy about this design, and we feel it's going to solve a lot of issues in the industry. So now I'm proud to show you all that we have finally filled in that chemical feed gap. We have our M1, M2, M3, M4, and now we have our M5. And you can see just how much more we can pump chemicals, the higher volume we can pump with this M5 pump. It's going to help our customers tremendously. Let's see here. So now that I've gone over the pump, I've unveiled it, gone over how we've got around some of these obstacles that our customers were facing in the field, I'd like to pass over the camera to Patrick. He's standing by in our R&D department. And Patrick was the product lead on this M5, him and his team. So Patrick, take it away.
Thanks, Rob. The M5 FLEXFLO peristaltic metering pump has been in development for over 5 years. We designed the M5 to have all the controls embedded in the pump itself. There's no need for a separate variable frequency drive to control the speed of the pump. The M5 was also built with our Blue Whale OS platform that continually receives updates to make the operators' lives easier. Just this year alone, we have released 3 new software features. To tell you more about the software, here is David.
Thank you, Patrick. The M5 will be running the most advanced version of Blue Whale OS to date. A continued effort has been made to improve upon this already intuitive platform. We've implemented some new features, such as the time of day feature, allowing users to set a specific time for the pump to run daily. 4 to 20 milliamp calibration, allowing users to calibrate the milliamp signal received by the pump. And the tube revolution alarm, allowing users to be notified that a tube may need to be replaced. We've also listened to you, the customer, and have enhanced the overall user experience by incorporating your feedback and ideas directly into the operating system. These are our latest improvements to Blue Whale OS. The software team here at Blue White is really excited to get this pump to you. Right, Alan?
Yeah.
Back to you, Patrick.
Thank you, David. Special attention was paid to the mechanical aspects of our pump as well. We designed our roller assemblies to have offset rollers to significantly minimize pulsation from the M5. We also designed tube adapters to have union connections for simple tube replacement. The M5 is also equipped with casters for ease of installation and maintenance. To tell you more about the pump, here is Mina.
Thanks, Patrick. I'm very excited to share with you the M5 peristaltic metering pump. Our objective was to make a product that performs on an entirely new level, as well as still being familiar to the operator. Let's go over some of the main features to the M5 peristaltic metering pump. The M5 is 2 times larger than the M4, and its output capacity is over 3.5 times more than the M4 pump. It's equipped with a 0.6 horsepower motor and has a 10,000:1 turndown ratio, capable of flow rates up to 9 gallons per minute. We've equipped it with a 5-inch touchscreen display running Blue Whale OS. The enclosure is made of Kydex thermoplastic, which is a strong and impact-resistant material. On the back are 6 IP-rated M12 connectors, as well as industrial protocols with wiring information on the rear label to make the installation process easier. The pump is equipped with rear casters for easy mobility, and we're including floor mounting brackets to mount the pump in place. We designed the rollers to be offset, which reduces pulsation by up to 80%. Our goal was to make the M5 with the operator in mind. We made sure to keep the installation process as simple as possible, and we're eager to get this fantastic pump to you. Back to you, Patrick.
Thank you, Mina. That's our new M5 FLEXFLO peristaltic metering pump. Like our M3 and M4, this pump will continually evolve to simplify operation for our customers. Back to you, Rob.
All right, I love hearing from the team. Thank you, Patrick, David, and Mina, and the rest of Blue White. You know, I love that part. I love that section because you get to see the excitement in the team and their passion for what they're doing, and it's just really like seeing that. But I would like to add on what Mina was saying. You know, she brought up our convenient handles. Yes, we have 2 convenient handles located on the front of our pump. And these handles serve 2 purposes. The first purpose they serve is that you can easily use the handles to remove the pump head cover, you know, if you're performing maintenance, and then reattach the pump head cover. And the second thing they can help with is, first of all, I want to mention that the pump has casters on the back, all right? And when you can use the handles to lift the pump up from the front, and you can easily move the pump around, say when you're installing the pump, or you got to pull the pump out and perform maintenance. You can easily do that using the handles that are located on the front of the pump, along with the casters in the back. So, so we thought of everything with this pump, and I couldn't be more happy about that. And so up next is Rich, and Rich is going to be going over the software of the pump and how we've just thought of everything, and we're continuously improving chemical feed and flow measurement. Okay, Rich, take it away.
Thanks, Rob. Blue White is expanding our product line yet again, this time with the M5, the newest member to our family. You can call it the baby, but it's our biggest pump to date. Customer input is critical at Blue White. We listened to you, and we followed our new M3, M4 platform to create this monster pump. The goals were simple. Make the pump that is simple to operate and easy to configure. Intuitive setup guide to walk you step by step to configure your pump. A 5-year warranty. A 10,000:1 turndown. NSF 61 certified. All industrial protocols are built into this pump. Simplified wiring using M12 signal cables. Again, as for needing instruction manual, I'd keep it for reference. That's the new M5, larger capacity, simple to operate, simple to configure. Our team worked hard developing this pump, and we are looking forward to getting this amazing pump to you. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, Rich. Yes, that was our goal, to design a highly capable pump, and that is exactly what we did. So now we have Carly up next, and she's going to be going over the vision of Blue White and what our future looks like. All right, Carly, take it away.
Thanks, Rob. The M5 is our latest step towards next level fluid metering solutions. It's bigger, better, and bolder than anything we've done before. Our engineers have worked hard to bring the same sleek display, intuitive software, and reliability that's a hallmark of Blue White's philosophy on pumps. The size and compatibility of the M5 provide an opportunity for Blue White to enter larger municipalities, including applications such as on-site generation and transfer pumps. If you are in one of these municipalities already, we look forward to the M5 solving your chemical feed needs. In the coming months, our educational program, Blue White Academy, will expand to include content for the M5. And if you have any questions, send a request to our customer service team or give us a call. And if you'd like to see this pump in person, we'll be unveiling a live demo at the AWWA ACE trade show in San Antonio, Texas on June 12th. Thank you for your ongoing support and partnership as Blue White continues to simplify chemical feed and flow measurement. To find out more information about this M5, please visit blue-white.com. Back to you, Rob.
All right, thank you, Carly. Boy, we've had a great time showing you our new pump, and our team couldn't be more pumped to get this thing out to you. But I want to say a few more things before we wrap up this live stream event. What we haven't shown you is one of my favorites: how simple it is to remove the tubing from this M5 peristaltic pump. Now, I'm just going to walk you through it. I'm not going to actually remove the tubing right now, but I'm going to tell you the steps involved. It's super easy. All you do is you unscrew these 8 socket head screws from the front cover. You grab the front cover from the handles, remove the cover from the pump head, and then on the roller assembly, there's a locking ring. And you can unlock it by turning the lock ring to the left, counterclockwise, and it will release the rollers. This is all toolless, by the way, releasing the rollers. You can slide the rollers out, and what that'll do is relieve the compression that the rollers have on the tubing. That'll free up the tubing that's in the pump. Then you can easily, without force, remove the tubing, and then just basically reverse that procedure. Place the tubing back in the pump head, replace the squeeze rollers, turn that locking ring clockwise to the right, and then replace the pump head cover with the handles. Very simple, very easy. And one thing I'd like to point out is that we do not have any lubrication within the pump head, so that's going to make replacing tubing much easier and just mess-free. And I'd like to point out one more thing. Our adapters are unionized. And so what you see here is, well, this is 1.5" male pipe thread, but you can easily detach the outlet, the discharge, and the suction side of your tube assembly. That'll make it easier for you to remove that tubing and replace it. So I wanted to show you one of my favorite features is how simple it is to remove the tubing and replace it with a new one. So now, let me see here. Oh, I want to go over what we are shipping with the product. When you order an M5, this is what's included. You get, first of all, there'll be a tubing pre-installed in the M5 pump head when it ships to you. We also pack a spare tubing for the M5, and that'll be inside the packaging contents. All right, so this is the spare tubing, this beast. It's a tube assembly. You will also receive stainless steel mounting brackets, and that is to securely mount the pump to a floor or a base. I think I mentioned earlier with this pump, we have casters on the back. And so that makes it pretty easy for you to move it around by lifting the handles from the front. But if you want to secure it down, you can use the stainless steel mounting brackets. Okay, so now a question on everyone's mind could be, what about the A5? Well, I want you to know that the A5 is going to launch at the same time as the M5. So the A5 is for our industrial customers, process applications, and all of this. Let me see here. Okay, so up next is, well, how you can reserve this pump is directly through our website. You can reserve it now going to blue-white.com. After this live stream event, you're going to see a link there where you can easily reserve your M5 pump or your A5 pump. Okay, and you can expect these pumps to begin shipping September 20th, 2022. And we are so excited for you to experience the M5 and the A5 peristaltic metering pump. Let me see. Okay, before we wrap up, we have a few more things we want to cover. I'm going to invite Taylor Gledhill. Actually, he's sitting right here. And him and I are going to go over questions. We're going to answer some questions that are in the chat right now about the M5. But before we do that, Core, who's kind of controlling this whole thing, he's going to play about a video that's about a minute long, and it's going to go over the features of the M5. So stick around, wait until after the video, and then Taylor and I will be going questions and answers. All right, thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed that video. Now we have Taylor Gledhill. He's our Director of Marketing. He's in the room, and he's going to read over some questions, and I'm going to answer them. All right, Taylor, what's the first question?
Okay, so the first question is, what type of tube materials will be available at launch?
Okay, yeah, so we'll have 3 tube materials available. The first tubing is FLEXFLO. That's the tubing that's in the M5 pump head right now. That's our most popular tubing. Probably, I would say we ship over 90% of our pumps, peristaltic pumps, with the FLEXFLO tubing. Another tubing material that's available is our FLEXICHEM. So our FLEXICHEM is great for when you're pumping fluids with high acid concentrations, like sulfuric acid at 96% or 98%. So FLEXICHEM is great for that high acid concentrations. Another tubing is FLEXITHANE. So FLEXITHANE, it's a clear tubing. Maybe you've seen it. That's great for pumping oils and fuels. So perhaps like an oil-based polymer would be great for the FLEXITHANE tubing. So 3 tube materials. All right, Taylor, next question.
Okay, the next question, will the pump have local controls?
The pump does have local controls. That's actually what you see right here. The controls are built in to the pump. Remember the Frankenstein design? No. Yeah, our controls are all built in. We have the built-in design. And so you control the pump with this great 5-inch touchscreen display. It's packed with capabilities and features. And then all the inputs and outputs are also built in, and they're on the back of the pump. So yes, built-in design. Okay, next question, Taylor.
Okay, next question. What type of tube connections will be available at launch?
Okay, good question. Tube connections. Well, what you see right here is one of them. We have our 1.5-inch male MPT, so male threaded fitting, okay? We also have the 1.5" hose bar fitting. And really, because of the way we designed this, the sky is the limit on the different fitting designs we can come out with. But at launch, it'll be the male 1.5" MPT fitting and then the 1.5" barb fitting. All right, next question.
Okay, how much does the pump weigh?
The pump weighs a very light 178 pounds. You know, I say that, but yeah, it's a big pump. It's got some weight to it, 178 pounds. But now remember, we have the convenient handles on the front of the pump. The back of the pump has casters. So if one person is trying to move the pump around into position, they can easily lift the pump up a little bit in the front. It'll engage the back casters, and then you can simply move the pump into position. Or one person could actually pull the pump out to perform maintenance to the pump. So yes, 178 pounds, but we've thought of these handles and casters as a way to simplify moving the pump. All right, so, okay, I guess we're out of time here. You know, our goal was to keep this live event at 30 minutes, so I think we did a pretty good job. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. And, you know, like I said before, you know, our team was super excited to launch the M5. We've been working on it for a very long time, and we're just so happy that the day has finally arrived. And we feel strongly that with this new metering pump, it's going to change your entire experience in chemical feed forever. So, if you want to log on to our website, if you want to get some more data, log on to our website at blue-white.com. You can download the data sheet. You can also reserve your pump on our website now, right after this live stream event. So once again, we appreciate you sticking around, watching the live event, and we'll see you next time.